Here we are. Another WGLC episode is underway. I want to get right into this. It's a song by Miley. Well, it's Nothing Else Matters, okay, by Metallica. And it's a live performance on the Howard Stern show. And the reason why I want to get into this is because there's a certain age group of music lovers that when they hear the name Miley Cyrus, they automatically discount any talent she might have because of how she obtained her fame. And that goes for the Justin Biebers, the Lady Gagas. There's just this immediate well, they can't really be talented because they were so successful so early in life. They must be just pop. And if you just pop, you don't have talent. And there is that thinking by some people. And it's interesting because the actual musician themselves, no matter who it is, the world just kind of sees them in the snapshot of all of a sudden now they're super famous, and they don't look at any type of path that they took, the struggles on trying to achieve notoriety, the hours of practice when it comes to your instrument or whatever the case may be. Whatever the case is, we tend, as a society, we tend to discount the journey and only look at where they are. Just look at the destination and then criticize it. Most of the time, with so little information, we don't recognize we're showing such a high level of ignorance when we do that. But that is what we do when it comes to certain people. Whatever. Miley Cyrus performs with Metallica in this song here, Nothing Else Matters. I'm going to say this with a straight face. Out of all the people on that stage, she is the best. She outperforms everyone in that band. She outperforms everyone in the band. Listen to this performance. All right, so we see right away that Kirk Hammett is somewhat struggling with this opening part. Now, I think I would like to come right out and say I think Metallica is probably like in the top 10 as far as my favorite bands for studio music. I think that they're excellent musicians, they're excellent songwriters, and they do a marvelous job with their music. That being said, I'm not a gigantic Metallica fan live, and that's not a problem. I understand where they're coming from. They're very raw and organic in their approach to music, and that's something I've been a big proponent of that for a long period of time. And they all play their instruments with high gain, so every single little touch is going to cause a sound. And yeah, the audience hears that. And in post, none of that stuff was equalized out or taken out. So that's fine. I mean, he's doing a heck of a lot better than most guitarists. Someone's out of tune.
So close, no matter how far. Couldn't be much more from the heart. Forever trusting who we are. No, nothing else matters. Never opened myself this way. Life is ours, we live it our way.
Love it. Love it.
and nothing else matters.
All right, so before we get into, before we continue on with the song, let me just say real quick, I'm from the 80s and 90s, okay? I grew up listening to Metallica. They were my favorite band for years. And then I slowly switched over to Pink Floyd for the reasons why I loved Metallica. Metallica's songwriting, all of the musicians in this band are top-notch musicians, and they are very nuanced. And when it comes to subtleties and nuances in music, I love what Metallica does. Love it. And that's why I migrated over to Pink Floyd, because Pink Floyd is subtlety and nuance times 10. They take it to another level. And that's what I really like about Metallica as well. So here comes Miley Cyrus, a heck of a lot younger than I am, and she's singing a song that's close to my heart and close to your heart if you're from that era, if you're the same age as I am, right? And she knows she has to sing the song with some level of familiarity for the listener, but she also knows she's going to make the song hers, and with that raspy, beautiful voice, she does it. And I don't think this was doctored up in post as far as auto-tune or pitch correct, maybe just a little bit, but I'll be completely honest with you. The first note she sings is like this much flat. She recognized it with her ear and just brought it up, and then she just continued right on her path. And, and she's making the song hers by the style of singing.
Trust I seek and I find in you. Every day for us something new. You open my mind for a different goal. No, nothing else matters. Never care for what they do. Never care for what they know. 'Cause I know. Though close, no matter how far.
Oh, God, that's so good.
Couldn't be much more from the heart. Forever trust in who we are.
Yeah.
No, nothing else matters. Never care for what they do. Never care for what they know. 'Cause I know.
So at this point, and I love Metallica, so I don't want anyone to get me wrong. At this point, she's outperforming everyone in the band. I'm not a gigantic fan of how all the guitar work sounds right now. They're excellent musicians. Hetfield, Hammett, the whole bit. The bass, I've never been a fan of that type of bass in this song. It just sounds very muffled. I like a little bit more of a less muffled, a little bit more of a bouncy, buttery type of bass for a song like this. So to me, the bass doesn't fit. Lars on the drums, listen, he's a great drummer. He's doing great. I can't really see anything wrong. I mean, I can sit here and just pick apart absolutely everything, and that's not what I'm here to do. I'm here to basically say that you have an excellent band, okay? World-renowned, one of the best, probably the most influential heavy metal bands out there. Miley Cyrus, with all this kind of like up current swimming, goes into this out of her element and inserts her raspiness and inserts her love for this song right into it in front of the guys who wrote the song performing live on Howard Stern. And she's outperforming everybody. At least right here she is. In my opinion, she's outperforming everyone. When this song is over, she is what stands out in my mind. So I hear a bunch of guys playing excellent music, right? The bass player, the two guitarists. It's just not necessarily melding all that well in my mind for me. I hear, it sounds like Hammett is off trying to, ad lib, and the bass player is doing his thing, but it almost sounds like the bass track was added after, and then Hetfield's doing his thing, and someone sounds out of tune. I don't know who it is exactly, and it's all fine. I could go 2 lifetimes and never find a band that even remotely comes close to doing what these guys are doing. All I'm saying is you have one of the best bands that ever hit the music scene out there playing their song, and this young lady comes in who already people think she's not a real artist, and she is the one, to me, again, this is all subjective, to me, she is the one that stands out. Comment below if you think I'm a complete and total idiot. So, ready? Someone's guitar is out of tune. I think it's Hetfield's.
Never open myself this way. Life is ours, we live it always. And all the words I don't just say.
Ah, God, come on.
No, nothing else matters. Trust I seek and I find in you. Every day for us something new. Open mind for a different girl. No, nothing else matters.
Is the bass out of tune?
Never cared what things they say. Never cared for games they play. Never cared for what they do. Never cared for what they know. 'Cause I know. Yeah.
All right, let's hear the solo. Nice. He's so good.
So close, no matter how far. Couldn't be much more from the heart. Forever trusting who we are.
God.
No, nothing else matters. Nothing else matters.
All right. I mean, listen. My respect level for Miley Cyrus probably increased by 700% watching this performance. I was also looking at her as, oh, she sings to teenagers. She's not. Yeah, she's, whatever. And I don't actually like a lot of her stuff that she releases on her albums. I'm not a fan of the music that she's released over the past decade or so, or however long it's been. And I don't want to, I have to be true and honest, okay? I'm a huge Metallica fan. I've loved them ever since they came out. They literally changed my life. I was listening to Dvorak. I was listening to a lot of Beethoven and Chopin, and I was playing piano and I was learning classical piano, which, by the way, my mother wishes I would still play. Keep dreaming, Ma. But anyways, I was playing classical piano. I was listening to a lot of classical music. Metallica took me out of that world and said, express what's in your heart, Artie. You know, there's more inside you, and you can express it with improvisation and songwriting. And you don't have to follow this pattern that your teachers and your family is trying to get you to follow. And I thought, you know, so they took me out of that. So I'm a huge Metallica fan. And I came into the Miley Cyrus world kind of looking at it like, oh, God, no, it's just not for me. It's not for me. I'm sure she's talented. It's just not for me. Then I see this, okay? And she's in a world that's not her own. And like Justin Bieber, and Justin Bieber has admitted, and I don't want to compare her to Justin Bieber, but like Justin Bieber, who is kind of in that same world or kind of gets classified as the same type of stereotype, you know, like, oh yeah, pop, you know, no real talent, got lucky as a kid. And I'm not saying that's what I feel. That's just kind of what the world has painted. He's come out and he has admitted he absolutely hates that. He has talent inside him and he's like, why the heck? What the heck's going on here? How come no one looks at that? How come everyone discounts my actual talent? So I kind of lumped Miley Cyrus in the same category and never gave her a chance. And then I saw this and I'm like, wow, she's got such the voice. And I went to YouTube and Spotify, and I started listening to Miley Cyrus songs, and one after the next, I'm like, okay, yeah, all right. But then I heard her sing Jolene. And as soon as I heard her sing Jolene, I thought, wow, that makes sense, because I could absolutely see her doing like a Dolly Parton type of music. And then I saw her sing Heart of Glass, and I realized something, that she in her heart has this affinity for music of decades past. And she's kind of experimenting with that stuff right now because she's doing a lot of these covers. I would absolutely love it. I mean, of course, she's super famous now, so my chances are like slim to none. But when I write my music, I sometimes halfway through a song, I think, oh, that singer that I worked with last month would be perfect for this song. I can think of like 70% of my songs that I've written where I would absolutely love to have Miley Cyrus just take one of my songs and sing them, you know? Of course, it's never going to happen, but immediately after watching her sing this, after watching her sing this song here, this version of Nothing Else Matters, immediately I recognized that I have been wrong about her for a very long period of time, and that I need to see what else she's working on, because I really love her voice. It's got a great tone, and I don't care about range. And her range is good, but I don't even care about range. You know, I'm a big Sade fan. Her range is like, you know, 0.04 octaves, but yet I love Sade because of what she chooses to do with her vocals. And I look at Miley Cyrus, who has actually a very serviceable range, but she can sing low, which is hard to do. She can sing low and then take it up high, but when she takes it up high, it's with a little bit of grit and dirt. And I love it. I love it. I would love to see her sing more of a dark country type of style. I think she would be awesome for the blues. I don't know. I have to speak my mind. I have to be honest. And I think that, you know, the engineering of this video and the sound engineers after it was recorded, I don't know how much work they put in post. But they allowed her to express herself, and I didn't hear her voice getting sucked back into tune in a lot of areas. And when she sings low, when anyone sings low, especially if there's a little bit of, reverb on the vocals, or maybe even a little bit of a filter in there, just to kind of add some feel, like an old 60s feel. Sometimes they add a little bit of a radio filter. When that's added and someone sings low, the voice will sound at times robotic. it does not necessarily mean auto-tune is being used. Anyways, the link to the song will be put down below. Let me know what you think of my feelings about this song. But thank you for watching another episode of WGLC. Until next time, keep it groovy!